Alright, says we're live. Welcome. I don't think anyone's here yet. Alright, Gumba, how's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good. How are you?
Doing great. Welcome to the show. Before we get too into it, I just want to say, because I'm going to forget tomorrow, happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Well, how old are you turning?
The big 2-0.
Big 2-0. One more year for the good stuff, right?
For it to be legal, they say.
Yeah. I don't know too much about New York laws. Is it still, because out in Wisconsin here, you can, if you're like with your parents and you're under like 16, they don't care too much. Is that kind of the same in New York, or?
Uh, I mean, my parents always they're like, oh, you can have some, and I'm just like, nah,
Not much of a
but
drinker.
no.
Pretty based. I agree with that. All right, we'll hop into it. How did you find this league?
Uh, funny story. Uh, Sherney invited me to
Oh,
the league.
okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. She just dropped the link in a server,
hmm
and then I joined it, and I was like, that's pretty cool. Let me be a GM.
Yeah, and you've been pretty good at it so far. So how did you know Sherney before coming into the league?
Just like a mutual friend, I guess. We were
Okay,
both in a Valorant friend server.
sure. And how many people from that server are like in this server? Pretty much everybody.
Uh, I think it's only me, Sherney, and Kozen. There might
Okay,
be others, but I don't remember.
sure. Cool. No, that's pretty cool. So I mean, this is a pretty easy question, but how long have you been a GM for?
Since the start of VDC, so that was like May
What made
of
you
2022.
What made you want to be a GM?
I've always liked managing stuff. Like I'm a business major.
hmm
I'm hoping to get an MBA. So, and then I've managed teams before. I've played on No Rush teams. I managed Valorant teams. The, the thing about the Valorant team that I managed before was in the beta and it was named Team Blaze. And I forgot about that when I even picked this name. I remembered it like a few months after. I was like, oh wait, so Blaze was my old team name.
And how did you pick that name? Because obviously it's kind of big thing if you're gonna unintentionally double up on it.
Yeah, I mean, I always think fire is cool, but me and two of my suite mates last year, we stayed up for 3 hours just brainstorming names, and there was another one. I forget what it was, the Golden Guard, but I like that one a bit, but it was too similar to the Guard because the Guard
hmm
was big back then. I was like, I'm not doing that. And I thought of the Blaze and the four team names like Inferno, Flames, Embers, and Sparks. I think that just fits really well with it. And then when I remembered that I had Team Blaze back in the day, it was just really funny.
How did Team Blaze do back in the?
One of our players, I don't know if he's still playing, but he was in T2 at one point.
Oh, nice. A name maybe we would remember, or
Probably not.
probably not. All right. Oh, so far, what do you think has been the hardest part about being a GM?
Hardest, I mean, my least favorite part is definitely cutting people. I don't want to do it. It's always yeah, I just don't want to do it. I don't like making people feel bad. I feel bad doing it and
Mhm.
hurts people's feelings.
And generally, because I'm going through this my first time. Like, how do people normally take
Uh, I feel like it's 50-50.
50-50?
I mean, sometimes you cut people because they're toxic, so you get a toxic response,
Mm-hmm.
and then sometimes they understand. I've had both this season so far.
Yeah, I think so far, pretty positive response. Seth just left and left the server, but I kind of expect.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't say anything. He just left. I think he's still in VDC, and I hope he sticks around if he's randomly watching this. Like, he's a cool dude. We just couldn't fed him because cat. But
Unfortunate.
it is what it is, man. All right. What do you like most about being a GM?
uh, that's a good question. I don't know. It's just something to do. I just enjoyed doing it. I don't really know why. I like I mean, I've made a lot of friends in VDC. I really like the sense of community this league has. I think that's one of the might be the best part of it. Like we're all like we're just a big community. We all get along for the most part,
Mm-hmm.
not always, and just making a lot of friends along the way. That's something I always like to do.
I can agree with that. Community's been pretty solid. I feel like we just continue to get better and better. The days go by.
Yeah.
A good group. If only we had some more events to kind of get together.
All of the events that people are always complaining about them.
um, so kind of branching off to talk about events. What made you want to join the events team? Just cause?
I mean, yeah, I like Jackbox and Among Us. That's like the common event. I'm gonna have. I want to do the monthly, but then like holidays and didn't want to do it during that time.
Sure.
So probably gonna bring that back. Bigger events will be less frequent.
So what's one event that you really want to do, you just haven't been able to put on yet?
That's a good one. So I'll give credit to Dila for this one because he brought up this idea a while ago and then brought it back up again. That we want to start doing workshops where like it's just like a topic
Mm-hmm.
and then someone like volunteers to like kind of teach it, like talk about it,
Sure.
and then people like show up, they learn from this person and gain more skills and knowledge about that topic.
Like resume building, that kind of thing, or just kind of for fun activity?
Like both.
Both. That's pretty cool. I like that. We'll come back to that one. What's been your best memories of EDC so far?
Winning Masters Tier Season 1, winning Masters Tier Season 2, and winning Franchise Face-Off Season 2. Those are the top 3.
Which one of those 3 were you like most confident you were going to win, and then which one was like, this is kind of up in the air, I don't know what's going to happen?
I mean, Season 1, we were the number 1 seed, and we were just destroying everyone. So I thought we had that in the bag, and we did. Season 2 finals was more nervous because like we were going up against OS. OS already won 2 tiers. They did well this season, and then we were down 2-1, and we had some maps that we're not like the most confident on. Like with Ascent, we didn't play Ascent the whole season, and then
Really?
that day Neptune was cooking up some strats, and then when I saw the agents they picked, there was only one agent that was in the strat. So I'm like, what are these guys doing? And then they ended up. No, I think that map was like the biggest like score differential
That
in the finals.
observing that map was just crazy. Like Neptune was just everywhere doing whatever he wanted. It was insane to watch.
Yeah.
Huge props to him. Okay, what's one thing that you'd like to change about the league, or you wish you could change, and then what would it be?
I mean, I've said this before. I don't think. I mean, okay, I know it's not all mutes equal match bans, but most of them do, and it's usually on like the first offense. I feel like from what I've heard, that people get like muted like before they've been warned. I think it should be like warning for first offense. Second offense, they get a mute and maybe a match ban if it comes with it. And then third offense would be match ban. And then like go from there.
Sure.
I think right now it's too like you don't really give people the chance to like learn and grow from it without just like giving them a really harsh punishment. Like preventing them from playing a game, like that can change like their whole VDC experience.
Yeah. I mean, as a mod, I can kind of give a little bit of insight without going super deep. I mean, guidelines are being worked on, and that's kind of something we're considering, and so that could be a potential change. I don't remember what the current stance on that is right now because it's been a little bit. But another thing is, it just depends on the punishment for what's going on. Like, if it's something super serious, we're not really going to warn. Like, and kind of like it's just unfortunate, but you're going to get that next level strike right away just because of how it is. I do agree that. And try and divvy.
Yeah, and like I definitely understand like a good amount of the mutes that have happened. But then there are also some others that I see and I'm like, what? And like sometimes like the mute comes with a match ban when it just shouldn't.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Like
that's
I don't think most of the time what happens in Discord should affect what happens in game. That's what I don't like about it.
I think to give a little perspective from Nolan, he's like, if you're in the server, like that's what you're here for. You're here to play the game. So it just kind of like makes sense that the two carry with each other. But I can see the other side of the coin, and just I don't know. Like we're working on it. I know it's not the best day, and I'm not being. Yeah, just giving that a little input.
Yeah.
Which of your rosters right now are you most hyped to see going into the season?
I mean, with Sparks, we got the Sparks debut. New team for the Blaze. Didn't have a contender team before. Embers has had 0 returning players from the Blaze, so that's something. Flames, the 2-time champs, coming back with Kozin being promoted to Masters this time. Gassiop going for his 3rd trophy in the tier. And then Premier, we got Neptune moved up there, who's a 2-time champ in Masters. So it's exciting to see how he'll do there. But if I had to pick one, I think I would have to go with Inferno because of the rough last season, finishing in 7th, and I think they have a lot of potential this season.
Yeah, I could definitely agree. I mean, it'll be interesting to see because you guys lost Geo, but made some pretty strong acquisitions in Joshua, most notably. Really hyped about that. Assuming he makes the roster.
Yeah.
I'd be shocked if you cut him though. Which roster are you most concerned about right
Most concerned about?
Yeah.
I would probably pick Contender. Since like I haven't really, this is my first season with it.
Mhm.
I didn't really know like I did like when I scout the tiers, I know like what to expect from that tier, I guess,
Sure.
right? So like I didn't know what to expect from contender players and where they should like be at skill wise.
Mhm.
So it was like harder to pick those people, and it was also just unfortunate that I had the best odds in the lottery and got 7th pick. I thought that was pretty annoying,
Yeah.
but that's what happens. I mean, I had the worst odds in Masters and I got 2nd pick. So
Yeah, I mean, at least one silver lining is you have that not back to back, but pretty much back to back picks. You can kind of double up on some top 10 talent at least.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's why I don't like the earlier picks.
Yeah, the earlier picks are good, but they also do come with that price. So in your first 2 seasons, who would you consider like your biggest steal of the draft, and like someone that just way overperformed what your expectations were?
Overperformed my expectations. I don't know if anyone overperformed, but I mean the biggest steal has to be Geo in season 1. Like the guy just dominated Masters, and then he did well last season as well, even though we didn't do too well as a team in Premier. But yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone really passed my expectations.
So for someone that wasn't in the league at that point in time, where did you get Geo?
What do you mean?
Like what round did you get him?
Oh, 2nd. I got him at pick 23.
Dang, not around there that long. Pretty. All right. We'll get to that at the end. I have an announcement. So we're gonna get on to Stim Round. You're familiar with the concept, right?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, so Stim Round is it's just like this or that. There's for whatever reason there's a question you don't want to answer. You say smoke out, and then I'll drop a brim smoke on the question. You can just pass right on to the next one. But it's pretty simple stuff. It should be pretty.
All right.
So we'll start with Coke or Pepsi.
Neither.
Either. All right.
I would pick. I think I would pick Pepsi products though.
Pepsi. All right. Chocolate or vanilla.
Chocolate.
All right, and then we're gonna get into some Valorant questions. Haven or Ascent?
Haven. Sun is just too boring.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Icebox or Pearl?
Pearl.
Bind or Breeze?
Bind. I hate Priest.
Fracture or Split?
That's a tough one because I like both. Breach is my favorite hero, and I play Breach on both. But I'd probably go with
What now?
Split. What?
Your favorite what now?
My favorite agent is Breach, and I play him on both of those.
First time you said hero, so it's just yeah. All right, now we're gonna go into rating some team logos.
I'm an Overwatch player. I call every character a hero.
That was your first mistake playing Overwatch. Mafia or Divinity? You're like picking which logo you like more.
Mafia.
Mafia. All right, L7 or OS?
OS.
The double taps or the Blaze?
The Blaze.
LG or VTX?
LG.
Cha-Cha Slide or KC?
KC.
And then the last is ATO or PPI.
ATO.
All right. So which role do you find yourself playing more, or which one would you like to play more? Support or Star?
Support.
Phantom or Vandal?
Vandal. I want to use the Phantom, but the headshot is just too annoying.
During a pistol round, are you a half shield and some util or upgraded pistol kind of guy?
I'm usually half shield and util.
Champions Phantom or Champions Vandal?
The Phantom.
Oni or Ion?
Oni.
And then last is Reaver or Prime?
Prime.
All right.
I think Reaver is like severely overrated.
Really? I think 2 sucked, but 1 still holds a special place.
The Karambit is like the only good thing.
Really? You like the Karambit?
The white Karambit is so hot.
I suppose. All right. Next segment is hot hands for hot takes. So any hot takes related to the game, the league.
Like off the top of my head?
Yeah, off the top of your head.
I don't know. Harbor is the best agent on Lotus.
I've heard that one before, but having only played it once, I'd be interested to see. Any other hot takes?
I mean, it's not really a hot take, but the Blaze is the best franchise.
That's a pretty hot take. Bring OS exists.
Well, they're the best statistic, like with like championships and all that. We're a pretty close second.
Sure. Got any more, or we'll switch to the final segment? And I got a
I don't think I really have many hot takes.
last is put a pin in it, or I call it Pappy. So essentially, you're just kind of lobbing a question to a future guest on the show, and it's either going to be South from Vortex, Infinite Vortex, or Alf from Light Garden. Have anything for?
All right, for South, what is it like to be called Ludwig at home?
And for LG,
I don't know.
you don't know? All right, fair enough. All right, so I got a question for you, and I know that you're not super privy to maybe the Masters teams discussions, but so you kind of know that I'm going to be doing Wednesday night chill streams during the season. Would the Masters team be interested in being the inaugural like chill stream? Thinking they're back-to-back champions. As much as I don't like Calypso, I love him, but don't like him. We're kind of close, so I think it just makes sense to pick them to be the first team on the stream.
Yeah, sure.
All right, cool. I'll talk
A
to.
chill stream with potentially chill
Yeah.
on the team.
Ooh, that's right. Right. Yeah. We'll obviously iron out details as we get the season underway, but I might give you a heads up. And with that, if you got nothing else, no shout outs to anyone on the team, IRL, whatever.
Shout out to Squid in the chat. Only chat
The only
message.
chat message. All right. And with that, we're going to go ahead and close it. Gumbo, thank you for joining me. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Have a great night. And we'll see everyone probably tomorrow with somebody. But be back. Everyone have a great night.